I really wish that I knew about how dirty people were in college, okay? I thought that as we get older, ladies, we get more cleaner, we become more mindful of other people, but apparently not. What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. And before we get started, I have a wine stain on my hoodie. This is white wine. It's like Sweet Pineapple by Gallo. I believe that's what it's called. Super great. Y'all should try it if you're of age. If you're not, grab your Kool-Aid, grab your snacks, and all of that, and we're gonna get straight into the video. I'm sorry, I just talked about the stain on my hoodie, and I didn't even get to promote the hoodie. New merch, okay? This is my no fucks given hoodie. We got it in a sweatshirt, got it in a t-shirt, got it in a whole bunch of different styles, along with other designs. Make sure you guys head down to the description or in the pinned comment down below for more. Oh, someone wants a speeding ticket. Shit, that was loud. Anyhow, that along with a lot of the information you guys like to play me with down in the comment section are always in the description box below. Today we are going to be talking about things I wish I knew before college. Now, woo child, I know there's going to be so many people that come on this video and they comment, oh my god, these are usually people who did absolutely nothing with their college experience. They went to college, did absolutely nothing in terms of socializing or joining organizations. They did not spend any time in the career development office, or they are just straight up college dropout. They're then going to tell you that they have plenty of people that they know that have been super duper successful without a college degree, but it's funny because these are always the people who have not done anything themselves without a college degree. And then they're going to tell you that everything that you need to learn about anything is on Google. Is definitely true. However, you cannot get a job or career with a Google doctorate. So before anyone goes and comments that nonsense, please exit stage left, because this is not for you. This video is specifically for those who are wishing to go to college, have been accepted into college, and want to know what to expect. I mean, unless you're trying to start a business or be an entrepreneur, work in social media, realistically, you need some sort of certification. You do not always need a college degree to be successful, but you need to have some sort of knowledge that is able to be proven on paper, or experience that is able to be proven on paper. Saying I Googled it and I learned it online by myself doesn't really cut it if you're not able to demonstrate that shit on paper or do the job. Also, comment down below what school you go to, when are you graduating, and what is your major. So if you guys are not aware, it is in my description box. I'm going to tell you because a lot of people are lazy or do not have access to the description box right now. I graduated from Bloomfield College in 2017 with a communications degree and a concentration in broadcast journalism. I later on went to Full Sail University in 2018 and graduated in 2019 with my degree in public relations. Now, I went into school specifically for communications because I wanted to be in radio, still want to be in radio, so hence why I have this YouTube channel. For me, everything that I always wanted to do aligned in my major, so I'm Gucci, but for a lot of people it doesn't, and that's for a whole nother video. I went on to get my public relations degree because I did start a company called Media Hustle, where I teach you guys how to be successful on YouTube as well as Instagram, and just overall build a social media presence around your brand or business. Speaking of that, I did, or if not, I'm sure by the time this is posted it will definitely have passed by now, but I do have free webinars where I get on Zoom and all you guys are there, we interact, and I teach you guys whatever the topic is for that month. And if you guys happen to miss it, it will always be in the Facebook group right after. Hi, editing me here. So I just had to clarify this because I know people are going to comment this already as well. Yes, YouTube is my full-time job. However, I have worked for a few organizations and still continue to work alongside organizations due to me having my degree. I also get job offers very regularly that I turn down because I would much rather work for myself. Being self-employed is genuinely my personal choice. I do hold a part-time radio job in radio sales because, of course, the ultimate goal is to be a radio host. If I wanted to, I can get a regular standard 9-to-5 job. I have absolutely no problems getting a job. There's career choice or anything that I wanted to do in media. I know a lot of people usually have a hard time. I guess it depends on what your niche is in terms of media, but personally, I have always been fine in the social media / communications, public relations space, but that's probably because I'm more focused on the internet media, and that's something that's really needed right now. So comment down below, have you had a problem getting a job in your major? Why or why not? So one of the first things I can say I wish I knew about college that no one talks about for real, is that there are bums in college. I grew up in the hood, lived in the hood all my life. Okay, like I bounced around from hood to hood. I'm telling you this right now, I still technically live in the hood, right? I live in a nice sector of the hood, but I still live in the hood. When I went to college, I thought I was going to escape that shit. I was like, yes, you know, we moving on up. Moving on up. But I ended up in Bang Bang Clee Gang, okay? For those of you who are Bloomfield College natives, if you happen to be Bang Bang Clee Gang, comment down below. Yes, Clee Gang, okay, is the name given to those who reside in the Clee dorms at Bloomfield College. And the fact that we literally be calling ourselves Clee Gang is a problem because goddamn, I really did not know that like that would be a thing. Like there was so many bums and just ghetto-ness and just ratchetness all over that campus. Like, was it fun? Do I regret it? Like, absolutely not. Was it fun? Absolutely. It was a great experience. Although I honestly hate Bloomfield, I genuinely love the people I met. I love the relationships I cultivated, but I did not expect to literally be going to another mini hood with educated bums. It was weird. But realistically, a lot of these people didn't really make it past the first semester. Like a lot of like the bums, like the for real bums, got phased out real quick because they really could not keep up. They were not in class. They were hanging out in the quad all the time. They were smoking. They were drinking. They weren't doing their work. So they definitely did not last too long, to be quite honest with you. But be aware that just because you're in college doesn't mean that certain people just can't get in by the grace of God. The next thing would have to be the lack of guidance. I believe I talked about this before, but when you're in college, you're on your own. Okay, there's no one that's going to be telling you what to do. No one's going to be telling you how to do things, what to do, what to not do. This is an experience that you literally do on your own, depending. Like, I feel like a lot of our teachers in our department, which is the communications department, actually did tell us, like, hey, we have a test on Wednesday, But there were a lot of classes I was in where we just came in, we learned, and that's it. And if there was a test, there was a test. You didn't know about it, you should have read the fucking syllabus. And the teacher would have told you, like,
oh, did you not read the syllabus?
The syllabus is literally your map to a class, so don't lose it. Actually read it and don't throw it out because you're gonna need it. There is not only no guidance within the classes, there's no guidance in terms of like academic planning. I don't know if every school is like this, but with Bloomfield College in particular, they give you an academic book by the time you first enter college. Before your classes, you should have this book. It's like a little book. I clearly don't have it now because I moved. It's definitely at my parents' house. And basically this book outlines every single major and every single class that is supposed to be taken within that major from that academic year to that point on, if that makes sense. Every year this book is updated. The thing is with Bloomfield and how they get you at that school in particular is they give a new book every single year and people are dumb enough to pick up the new book and follow the new book. When in actuality, you're supposed to follow that book that you came in. So if you came in 2015, you follow the 2015 book. If you come in 2020, you follow the 2020 book. If you come in 2008, you follow that 2008. No matter how much the curriculum happens to change or not change, you always follow the book that you come in with. A lot of people make the mistake of changing out their book. Now they're adding classes, subtracting classes, don't know what classes to take. And when you go to academic advising, they're not advising you to do anything except for whatever makes the college more money. And that is a problem, and I really hate that, but at the end of the day, college is a business nonetheless, and they really only care about their pockets, especially when it comes to Bloomfield College and they're not making any money. They definitely want to secure as much money as they need to. I wish I knew about all of the free things that was offered in college in terms of, first of all, I did not know that college students could apply for food stamps. That would have helped a lot, especially since in Bloomfield, in a lot of schools, you cannot remove the meal plan, and the school food was absolutely disgusting, and I was very annoyed that I had to scoff that down my throat regardless of how I felt. So that is definitely something I really wish that I was able to get rid of. So there was so many free things in terms of like free resources, free events, free shit. Like a lot of times if you're a college student, you'll get a lot of things for free or discounted. Even your Amazon Prime thing, if you have Amazon Prime and you're a student, you can get it for way cheaper than a regular person. Same thing with even Apple Music. You can get Apple Music for way cheaper if you're a student. Like goddamn, like there's a lot of things I'm like, wow, I should have used my college card more often. I mean, I still use it. Listen, I'm a student of life. I use my college email for everything. You got me fucked up. I still have access to my Bloomfield one, so I'll be just, oh yeah, I'm a student. Fuck out of here. All this damn money I put into that shit, I'll be use my damn benefits for as long as possible. Another thing that I wish I knew, but honestly it didn't affect me, but I've seen it affect a lot of people that I know, is that you do not go to college for grades. You go to college for relationships. Now for me, I've always been pretty social. Even though I don't like people, I'm very good at working the room. Really like type of personality. What that mean, I don't know. But I could literally strike a conversation with any and anyone. And to be quite honest, my personality is what got me into college, not my grades. I've always had horrible grades in high school, not because I was dumb or whatever, but I failed 2 classes that fucked my shit up horribly. And honestly, the fact that I got into college is shocking. I actually have a video of how I got into college with like a 1.7 GPA or whatever. By the time I graduated, it was like up to like a 2.0, I believe. But when I was applying to college, it was like at 1 point whatever. Like I said, it wasn't stupid, but I failed 2 classes badly. And what pissed me off is every other class was like a B or an A. So it's like the fact that those 2 classes fucked me up that badly is ridiculous. I believe GPAs are a very outdated like form of whatever, same as testing, like test scores like SATs, ACTs, stuff like that, HESPA, NJS. I don't believe that those tests measure intelligence whatsoever, and I don't believe that's a good way to grade students or just place them anywhere, because honestly, I've been told that I wasn't gonna make it and I was gonna have to go to community college, and it's like, look at me now. Like my guidance counselor really didn't even want to give me the opportunity to apply to 4 years. I had to go to other academic counselors in high school in order to get them to point me in the right direction in terms of a 4-year college. And it's funny because people be like, oh well, college is a business, which it is, and the academic advisors are only there to make money, which is true. But that's funny, I went to a public school and they were doing that, and they don't get paid any more or any less if they let me apply to a fucking 4-year. So it was just ridiculous to me that they did that. And it was like, oh my God, like thank God for my personality. Like honestly, who you meet in college is more so going to get you a job, not really more so with your grades. Like clearly you shouldn't have fucking straight F's, right? But I feel like kissing ass for grades and stuff doesn't really matter too much in college. You just really have to get the job done and be a good student, as well as get your connections up there, relationship with your teachers, especially the teachers in your major profession, because most of the time, if you are in college, your professor is not just a professor. They are people in your field. They are like literally people that have decided to teach but have worked the field. They know what they're doing. They can get you a job. In my case, I had professors that worked at radio stations, that worked at TV stations. So it's like, if I really wanted to work at a TV station or radio station, I could hit them up and be like, hey, do you have any openings? You feel me? So you need to spend time cultivating a relationship with the staff that is in your major, because those are going to be people that help you. And if not them, then the people like your colleagues, your friends. Like your friends are not just friends, you know. You're not just there to turn up and throw up on each other. You're there to build connections. So make sure you keep those friends. Like honestly, I could say that not even just for connection basis. Most of the people I met in college are people that I would probably talk to for the rest of my life. Like they're the best friends like ever. Like I love them to death, and I know if I really needed anything, I can depend on them. But in terms of like, you know, in terms of career, there's a couple people I have definitely kept in contact with who are doing big things in the communications field, and if I needed a 9 to 5, I can always rely on them. I also still talk to certain professors and I have a good rapport with certain professors and certain staff in career development at Bloomfield College, as well as even the marketing department at Bloomfield College. Therefore, it's like if anything were to happen, I know I can fall back and get a job from them. It's not enough and will never be enough to just get good grades and go to class. That's not the fucking point. This ain't high school, bitch. You did that in high school, now it's in college. It's big boy time, okay? It's time to get in the field and play the field well. Speaking of the field, internships are very important. Internships serve as a very very important gateway to the job force. Let's think about it, right? For those of you who like to be like, oh, college is a scam, and for those of you who just whatever, what do you put on your resume when you go to apply for a job? Unless you're trying to be an entrepreneur, like that's different. If you're trying to be an entrepreneur, if you're really trying to like build your own brand, that's a whole nother story, because anyone can really do that. But if you're really trying to get a career, if you're really trying to get a job, what are you gonna put on your resume if you have no internship, no college, no connects, no nothing? Like, I understand you can do a lot of this stuff without going to college, but the whole point of college is it kind of maps it out for you. It kind of gives you the tools and the resources to get everything a lot easier than sitting there trying to scour or lie on your resume. Your internship basically gives you the leeway to be like, hey, I have experience in doing this, that, and the third for a couple of months. I'm looking to expand my skills, And if you have a good rapport with whoever you did your internship with, they can always vouch for you and say how good of an intern you were. So honestly, internships are pretty important. I don't know how all schools are, but I know Bloomfield, certain programs require you to do one. For me, it was like an entire credit, like I had to do it. So if you're not required to do one, definitely do one. But honestly, I would honestly say to do multiple, do at least 3, because I'm telling you this right now, a lot easier to get a job when you've done an internship, especially if you get hired from the people who did your internship. Funny enough, I actually almost got sued by my internship. I think I definitely did a story time about that. It might still be up. I had a horrible internship experience. That's the tea. That's all y'all need to know. To be honest, I do wish I did way more internships, because that one was just not it. But honestly, I ended up becoming a YouTuber anyway, and this is doing well. Lack of advertised resources. This is something that, again, a lot of people don't talk about. There are a lot of things on college campuses that are available that people just don't speak about. Like the fact that I would like sit there and be like, hey, we're having a program in this building or in this office, and a lot of students will look at me like, where the fuck is that again? Is horrible. The fact that I still don't know where certain things are. Like, I don't know where the nurse building was, like in terms of like the nurse program. I just found out they had a fucking building. Like, you know, like it's just certain things, you know, like it's very important to know where certain things are, and it's really important especially to know where career development and stuff is. And it's really annoying how like a lot of things just aren't advertised. It's like you kind of have to like check the map, or when you need it, you like, oh wow, here it is. I feel like a lot of students would benefit if they know where things were, but I feel like that is something that is highlighted in like the college tours, as well as like, you know, like your orientation. But I don't remember paying attention. I don't remember paying attention. I think that was just a me thing. So let's move on. Like, I knew where career development was. I knew where the communications department was. And that's all that motherfucking mattered to me anyway. Knowing what you want to do in college saves you a lot of time. Now, personally, I never changed my major. I came in with one major, came out with the same major. However, I know there's a lot of people that need to hear this, and I'm tired of people beating around the bush and telling people this bullshit. Stop telling people that they can go to college with absolutely no major and just like literally graduate undeclared. That's bullshit. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of money. Let's just be real. Let's call a spade a spade. If you do not know what you want to do with your life, don't go to college thinking you just gonna figure it out. That's $1,000 worth of choices. And if you ain't got a real clear choice, there's no point of wasting that thousands of dollars. If you don't know what you want to do, if you don't have a plan, if you don't have a clear-cut idea, don't go. Because chances are you'll be wasting your damn time. I understand this whole movement of telling people they can do whatever they want to do. However, when you guys are telling people they can do whatever they want to do, you're not telling them the consequences of their actions. When you sit there and you go to college and you don't know what to do, again, you are out here wasting a whole fuck ton of money. In addition to that, you are literally stressing yourself out trying to figure out what you want to do while taking classes that you probably don't even care for. Now, I understand when you're undeclared, you're basically taking all your general classes anyway, but for the most part, if you knew what you wanted to do, you can take your major classes ahead of time instead of taking all your major classes towards the end and literally trying to fill yourself up with all of this information towards the end. When you know what you're doing, you're able to take major classes, you're able to take general classes, you're able to take electives, so it's well balanced. When you don't know what you do, and then when you don't know what you want to do, and then you finally choose like junior or senior year, now you're cramming all the important shit that you should have learned the past couple of years into 1 year or maybe 2 years instead of the general 4. You feel me? So it's like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Also, it just helps to know what you're doing so you can know what you're waking up for, so you can know what you're working towards. It's very important to have goals in your life. It's very important to just know what you're doing things for. Why are you waking up every day? Why are you going to school, spending these thousands of dollars? Why are you literally going here? Like, what is the point? If you don't know why, like, I'll never understand why people keep telling people this bullshit. It's always annoyed me that people sit here and tell people like, oh, you don't have to know what you're doing. Like, yes, you fucking do. You really should. And no. Whew, this one goes with dorming. I really wish that I knew about how dirty people were in college, okay? I thought that as we get older, ladies, we get more cleaner, we become more mindful of other people, but apparently not, okay? From people having sex in the room while you're in the room with them, from people having sex in the bathroom, leaving dirty tampons out, pads out, leaving dirty panties on it, but like, I don't even understand the type of dirtiness I saw in college. Like, I just don't understand. And I don't want to ever go through it again. Like, when I decided to move out on my own, I actually contemplated on getting a roommate. But then I thought to myself, like, honestly, college was such a traumatic experience. I don't want to go through it again, okay? People are fucking dirty as shit in college. And it's just like, oh my God, it's repulsive. I'm about to throw up my wine. College scholarships are a Google search away. I saved hundreds of thousands of dollars with scholarships from community service. Man, I wish I should have fucking applied to the left-handed one because I'm left-handed. Wait, left-hand one because I'm left-handed. There's lots of scholarships out there. I really wish that was something that I definitely looked more into, but I did get a lot of scholarships outside of like Googling them, but you can always Google them and you can start applying to them from as early as like junior year for a lot of them. Last thing would definitely have to be how easier life would have been, how much more opportunities I would have had if I had a car in college. Now, a lot of colleges don't allow their freshmen to have cars, but after that you can have a car. Regardless, having a car makes life so much easier in college because I can't tell you how many jobs literally didn't give me a job or an internship specifically because I didn't have a car. They'd be like, oh, we loved you, you've been great, but we went with the other candidate that had a reliable form of transportation. And I'm just like, are you kidding me? And then they called me later when that person backfired. It was so fucking funny. Yeah, getting to work, getting to classes and stuff like that. Taking public transportation is just so fucking unreliable, and I can't tell you how annoying it would be to like be getting on a bus at like 5:30 knowing damn well I have a 6 o'clock class and now I'm fucking late. I'm walking in and people looking at me like it's a horrible experience. Like, it would have been so much easier to just have a car or just have a reliable form of transportation, which, I mean, what's another reliable form of transportation? A bike? I don't know. Having a car would have made life easier, and having a car actually makes you a lot more desirable on a job application to an employer. So like, whether you're about to graduate or just want an in-college job, it definitely helps. It's also good for the turn up. Like, it's lit when you the one that got the whip or whatever. Don't drink and drive though. Don't drink and drive. However, it be lit though when you got the whip and y'all could go out to eat and y'all could go to wherever, and you know, like, it's way more enjoyable when you have the car or you have a friend that has a car, to be honest. If you really can't afford it, don't get it. But if you've been thinking about getting a car in college and you just been like about it, definitely get a car if your campus allows you to have one. College is a lot more accessible, okay? You can access a lot more things when you got a car available to you, I'm telling you. Comment down below, what are your tips that you have that you wish you knew before college, my graduates? And for those of you who didn't graduate yet, comment down below what school you go to, in what year you graduating. Make sure you guys stay safe. I wish you guys the most amount of luck this entire academic year as well as years to come. I hope you guys prosper as much as you can. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, do all that. And I'm gonna see y'all next time.